In 2019, headlines broke a story that would send tremors through India's financial sector. Dewan Housing Finance Corporation Limited (DHFL), once a trusted name in home loans, was suddenly under the scanner. What unfolded was nothing short of a financial thriller, a 34,000 crore rupees fraud, one of the largest in Indian history, quietly orchestrated behind corporate curtains. How did it all start? The DHFL story begins like many others with good intentions. Founded in 1984 by Rajesh Kumar Wadhawan, DHFL aimed to offer affordable housing loans to India's middle and lower income groups. The mission was noble, the growth impressive. But as the baton passed to his son Kapil Wadhawan, the company took a different turn. Under his leadership, DHFL expanded aggressively, drawing in major funds from banks, mutual funds, and retail investors. On the surface, all seemed well. Behind the scenes, however, a very different operation was underway. In early 2019, Cobra Post dropped a bombshell. DHFL had allegedly siphoned of 31,000 crore rupees to shell companies under the garb of legitimate loans companies that had no real operations, and some of which were traced back to the Wadhawan family itself. The inner workings of the scam, this wasn't just bad bookkeeping, it was a blueprint for deceit. DHFL raised large sums from public and private sources by showcasing solid financials and creditworthiness. But instead of dispersing these funds into genuine housing loans, a significant chunk was allegedly redirected to over 260 shell companies. These entities were often operated by individuals or entities connected to the promoters. Many of these loans had no repayment schedules, no collaterals, no intention of being paid back. By 2020, auditors flagged over 34,000 crore rupees in suspicious transactions, money that had vanished into thin air. When did the bubble burst? Soon after the revelations, things began to spiral. DHFL's share price tanked. Credit rating agencies downgraded its bonds to junk status. Investors panicked, banks took a hit, and regulators were left scrambling for answers. In November 2019, DHFL defaulted on several debt obligations. By 2020, the RBI referred the company to the bankruptcy court. Investigations were launched by the CBI, ED, and other regulatory bodies. Kapil and Dheeraj Wadhawan were arrested and later became central figures in one of India's biggest financial fraud probes. The allegations included everything from money laundering to criminal conspiracy. And this time the evidence was damning. What went wrong? The DHFL scam exposed deep systemic cracks, weak auditing practices, inadequate regulatory oversight, over-reliance on credit ratings, and an assumption that too big to fail meant too clean to question. Even government bodies weren't spared. The Employees Provident Fund organization had invested in DHFL bonds. Yes, money meant for workers' retirement was caught in the fallout. Public sector banks, including SBI, Union Bank, and Bank of Baroda, reported massive exposure. Trust in NBFCs took a major hit. The aftermath and reforms, while DHFL was eventually sold to Piramal Group in 2021 through the IBC insolvency and bankruptcy court process, the scandal left a lasting impact. Regulators woke up. The RBI tightened NBFC regulations. Rating agencies came under scrutiny for delayed downgrades. Auditors were pushed to increase transparency and accountability. The scam became a textbook case of how unchecked growth and cozy financial networks can lead to systemic failures.